Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to complete your self-reflection and professional growth plan. As you see on Basecamp, there is an announcement that the self-reflection and professional growth plan will be due on Friday, the 21st. So in this video, I'm just going to walk you through a few things. Many of you have completed these numerous times in your career, and some of you it's going to be your first time. So with that being said, I will be sending you an email that will have some attachments. The attachments will be your initial reflection professional growth plan. Also, I'll send you the Kentucky Framework teaching as well. So what you'll do is you'll need to download these documents. You can click on each of them and download here, or you can download both of them at the same time, and it comes in a zip folder here. You open that up, and of course, here they are. The first thing you do is the initial reflection. And this is just, of course, a reflection on your teaching up to this point, and where you want to be at the end will be your growth plan. So if this comes up in protected view, you'll want to enable editing, and then you'll start typing in text boxes. And you'll need to put in your EPSB ID here in this box. So then you'll begin your reflection. Your reflection, you'll probably want to refer back to your Kentucky Framework of Teaching. As you know, that's what describes each one of the four domains and then the components. So the four domains are planning and preparation, classroom environment, instruction, and professional responsibilities. Referring back to that initial reflection, you see that it's broken down into components. So if you need to know a definition of a component or what that means, then you can go back to your Kentucky Framework of Teaching and look those up. So we'll just look at the first one, knowledge of content and pedagogy. And the definition is up here. There's a couple bullet points about what that component is, and then what that looks like as an ineffective, developing, accomplished, or exemplary teacher. Examples of these are below, so that you can kind of see where you fall in this scope of ineffective, developing, accomplished, and exemplary. So looking back at the initial reflection here, what you'll do is you say, well, you know what, I'm kind of developing in that area. I'll highlight that with developing. Maybe in this one, I feel like I'm accomplished. Well, this one as well. And as you go through each of these, maybe I'm going to make this quick and I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Maybe this is what mine's starting to look like. And maybe I have some ineffectives there. I just feel like that I need to grow in that area. But once I complete that, I want to start looking at my rationale of thinking, especially along the lines of those that are developing or ineffective. What are some things that I feel like that I need to improve on, or in my reflection, what are some things I've done in the past that either I felt were beginning to be effective, or maybe there's something that I'm kind of missing here. I need some further training in, for example, using assessment instruction. So in this rationale, I want to describe why I would choose using assessment and instruction as ineffective. You do not have to write a rationale for every one of them, but I would feel that if you are putting developing or ineffective, you want to kind of rationalize that why you did that, because it's going to be important when you start looking back at these. You're going to choose just one component out of all these components listed to include in your professional growth plan. So if this is my growth plan, and like I said, I'm going to cheat here and complete this really quick. And then my rationale here is only give assessments when I complete a unit, feel that I need to grow in formative assessment to use that data to guide my instruction. So this is just a simple example. I'm sure you could go a lot deeper in some of your rationales, but put a rationale for that one there, and then I can kind of use this as something I can look at for my professional growth plan. So on the second page, you uh, can see which components you may want to choose. So you see this box, select component from those circled for focus, professional growth goal, development. So if I look at this, my developings, I'm in 1A, 2E, 3A, and B. I can start looking at uh, highlighting the ones that I feel like I need to work at. So the first one, I mean, that's one that's possible that something I want to work on. 2E, again, developing area. We've got 3A, 3B, and C. We're developing. 3D, that was my lowest one there. And then I didn't have any in domain 4 that I'm really concerned about. So I selected 3D when that was using assessment to guide instruction. The easy way to do that would just be copy and paste. I think their words were in instruction. So go back and just fix that real quick. All right, so and that was an I there for its initial rating here. So that's complete, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to save that, and now I'm going to print a hard copy. Okay, I'll print a hard copy of that. Next will be the professional growth plan. So you should have downloaded that, and then here in this area, you're going to write your plan for your professional growth around that specific component. So if you remember, mine was 3D using assessment instruction. And then I'm going to develop my growth plan here. So my growth plan for the 2018-19 school videos year is to improve using assessment in instruction. That was 3D. Okay. So then the rest of your growth plan should describe your plan of action, how you plan to grow in this area, what is your intended goal, how are you going to accomplish that goal, and what resources are you going to use to accomplish this goal. So all of that will be here in a narrative below, and then you'll need to save it, and then you will need to print it. And when you print that, you're going to need to sign. You're going to need to sign here and date. So date here, employee, sign it. Turn that into Laura, and then of course I will read it. And if there's any feedback I need to give you, I'll just get back with you on an individual basis. But if everything looks great, I'll go ahead and sign it right here, and then get that back to you. So some of you may be asking, what about the learning focus goal or student learning focus? We're not going to do that right now on this professional growth plan. Last year we put them both in the same E2. This year they need to be on separate E2s, which is no big deal. And then I will come back again. I'll probably make another video to kind of show you how to complete that student learning focus goal. Those aren't too hard, but they're due at a later date, and we can get those finished soon. So, in this case, this is going to be due on 9/21/18, just this Friday. I will say, I do not want to see um, three team members creating the same professional growth plan. This is something you should be doing individually on your own, being self-reflective. This is not a team effort, so make sure that you're reflecting, um, you know, and creating your professional growth plan on your own. So uh, check for that email, download those attachments, complete them. Don't email them back. Just sign them and give them to Laura, and then I will get them and get them back to you. So, if you have any questions, just let me know. And look forward to seeing everyone's growth plans.